Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another really cool pinball game video for you this evening. This is Bally's 1984 Spy Hunter, named after the famous arcade game and a video game that would come later. Pretty fun game, a little different than most of them. This was at the point when the pinball market had taken a little dip, and so they were trying different stuff with the games, making the playfields a little different, as you'll see here in a minute. And it was also a little further along where they had better sound cards and things like that in the game. So it has really cool music on it, which you have to have for Spy Hunter, right? Because the arcade game had such cool music. It's also got a really cool looking cabinet. The artwork is awesome on it. We got this traded in a while back, and we have fixed it up pretty well. Boop. Nothing like those stainless coin doors or on the early Bally games. So in the arcade game, you were driving this car that could get all these weapons, and so they have a weapons warehouse drive-through up here where you can get missiles and oil slicks and smoke screens and all that good stuff. And then it had this awesome back glass Spy Hunter with the guy and the girl, and they've got the boat and the motorcycle and the car, and she's got a gun. Look, they put the girl on twice. What's up with that? Very cool. Oh, and the plane. All this over here is unbalanced. I was looking over here, but there was a plane over here. I barely saw it. And a missile and some FAR. Lots of FAR at the bottom. And by this time, they had moved on to their 7-digit displays. So you can get a really high score. As you can tell, we haven't since we put the new board in. We put a brand new game board in this, but this is still using Bally's old board set that was in the, they call it the Dash 35 board set, that was in the all their early games. So starting with the early stuff like Matahari and stuff, this is the same game board in it. Put a new piece of glass on it, of course. We did a video where we were repopulating the playfield. If you haven't seen that, you might want to go check it out. It's pretty cool. Shows us putting it all back together and what that's all about, and putting this pop bumper back. Somebody had put the wrong pop bumper assembly in it, and it was all screwed up, so we replaced that, got it back how it's supposed to be. And we had to order a different plastic because this one was chipped a little bit, but we got it nice. So the thing came out pretty nice. It's not mint or anything, but it's in darn fine shape. They were smart enough to put Mylar on these, so most of the playfield is covered in Mylar, which you can see it a little bit on the edges like there. So it's lifting just slightly. That doesn't bother me, but some people that bugs to death. A lot of people want to remove Mylar from playfields to get it looking perfect. To me, that's a very dangerous thing, because whenever you start removing it, it pulls up some of the art. So I always just leave it unless it's just completely destroyed, and this one's certainly in pretty good shape. You can see how the Mylar stretches over here. Basically everywhere there's a spot that might wear, they put Mylar. So your worst spot that there isn't Mylar is up here in this little turnaround. So there's a little bit of wear up there, but just pretty minor. But there's Mylar all over that. There's no Mylar up here because the ball is moving slowly by the time it gets up there. So they didn't worry about it. But very cool game with nice art. Now the main thing you're going to notice though is that the playfield is not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not equal on both sides. So the flippers are offset to the right. You see, here's the center. They're offset to the right, and on the left you have these two drains, but you don't have one on the right. So at first glance you might think, oh, it's easier to lose your ball on this table. Well, not really, because there's no out hole over here, but there's two over here. Now this one has a gate that opens at sporadic times that will save your ball. So if that gate is open, when you lose the ball, it'll catch it, roll it through this gate. But that is either open or closed depending on where you're at in the game. And this one over here, you lose the ball every time. We had one of these before where I was actually able to save the ball. It would come down here, and if you get it just right, you can save the ball by bouncing it off the apron back in, but it's kind of tough to do, and I don't really like beating on the game, so we may not do that. It had a custom pop bumper cap that's only for this game that shows the Spy Hunter guy with his hand on the steering wheel. And of course there's stuff all over the plastics. You've got a captive ball up here. I think they call it a what do they call it? A bop ball. That is a bop ball according to Bally. But you hit the ball, which makes the ball go back and hit the target. It's all standard stuff by 1984. Now this thing had a really complicated rule set. It had two completely different types of setups that you could set the game on. Some of it make it where it's skill based, and some of it make it where some of the bonuses and stuff are random. So I think I don't even know if this instruction card matches the way the game's set up, but there's about 10 or 15 different options for scoring and stuff inside the rule set. So let me pull the manual out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you get one of these and it's not playing the way you think it's supposed to or whatever, look inside your manual because it's really got some complex rules. Okay, so let's read this. Spy Hunter's secret code, FDS 14. So FDS means fixed dip switch. So that's a little switch on the game board. Now there's like 32 of them on the game board, but specifically switch 14 changes everything in the game. So let's read what it says. Now this was to operators. You know, the operators were operating these back in the day. Players wouldn't have read this. It says, when players break the code of this pinball playfield and become proficient at high scores and specials, you have a weapon in your Spy Hunter's arsenal to combat that. A flick of a switch option of changing the style of play from a random bonus feature to a skill bonus feature. Two styles of play at the flick of a switch, from random to skill or from skill to random. When players need a new challenge, you can throw a smoke screen at them from Spy Hunter's secret code. At just the flick of a switch, the random bonus feature changes to a skill bonus feature, ensuring extended player interest. The secret code of Spy Hunter is fixed data switch number 14, which changes the style of play from a random bonus feature to a skill bonus feature and vice versa. So over here you've got a little thing that shows the difference. Game style feature, center bonus values. There are two versions of gameplay. Match bonus feature, this is version A. This is with the dip switch on. Center bonus values. The spinner advances spinner lights. Right? So this is here. Spinner lights must match lit center bonus value. Oop, I might not have this right. I think I've got it right. How's that? Collect in bonus saucer if matched. So if the two lights line up, if you go in there, you get to collect that. Now if you've got the dip switch off, the spinner does not advance the spinner lights. So the spinner doesn't make these yellow lights go up. Spinner lights are used as bonus saucer qualified lights. Collect in bonus saucer if qualified. So basically, if qualified. We'll have to play it a little bit and see what that means. If center bonus value and spinner match, then A, the gate opens, that we were talking about over here. B, the bonus multiplier is advanced. C, the center bonus value is collected. If bonus saucer on this one with the dip switch off is qualified, then A, see number 3 below, shot targets, light spinner, and qualify bonus saucer. B, see number 4 below, drop targets, score lit value, and open free ball gate, and advance center bonus value. If dip switch number 22 is on. CE. Bonus saucer is also qualified. You get my point. The damn thing's complicated as hell. You can change all kinds of the setup with several of the dip switches. And here's where they're calling it the boop ball. Hitting the boop ball target scores 5,000 points and advances the top target lights. It scores the lit boop ball bonus value when the boop ball arrow is flashing. So in other words, very complicated rule set. You can change it all in the manual. If you get this game and you don't like the way it's playing, look in your manual. It's got a lot of different options. So I'll put up the tripod, we'll play it a little bit, and we'll see how fun this thing is. All right, folks, we're going to play it a little bit with the lights on. Ooh, about lost it. Ooh. Upper playfield, here I come. Looks like it's wanting me to hit that captive ball. Missed. I think it would bounce around and hit it eventually. There we go. Oh, down the drain. You can change the lights with the right flipper. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Wants me to hit that A. Ooh, slid it right by me. Missed it. Missed it. Missed it. Missed it. All right, we'll play one more. Missed it. Oh, wrong one. Oh. Not quite. Oh, straight down the middle. Oh, I just figured out the skill shot. You're trying to hit that switched. Ooh. matched them. All right, folks, we don't have time to play it too much today because we have sold this game and it is headed out to someone else's house. As you can see, too late, I'm sold. So by the time you see this video, this game won't even be available for sale anymore. But you can see all the games that we do have available for sale at our website. Go to lionsarcade.com and you can see everything that we've got in right now. Or you can stop by and see us. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is about 15 miles south of Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got a whole building full of arcade games, pinball machines. We're even working on some jukeboxes right now. So you stop by and see us. Now, if you can't make it by, that's fine. And if you don't want to buy one, that's fine too. Just subscribe to us here on YouTube. And every time we get something in, we will film a little video of it if it's something that we haven't filmed before. And we will see you on the next video. Leave us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film all this for you. And leave your comments below. Spy Hunter.